I gotta prep myself for this. I did just come from the gym a little while ago. So I gotta be ready. I gotta be ready for this with Live Nation. Ms Legalista here, and also trying to give the video a chance to get the streaming in place. We switched over to a new company, well, kinda, sorta, but we switched over from cable, high-speed cable, broadband, whatever you call it, to 5G, and it is killing me. It is killing me. So if you're seeing some laps, some lags, if you're seeing some lags at the beginning of my video, it is because it's taking a while to kick in. So now I've noticed that I need to just give it a little bit of time. It's sort of like getting to know a new person. You can't just hop into the sack. You got to take them out. You got to talk. You got to build a relationship. So I'm trying to build a relationship with Verizon 5G now every time I get ready to record a video. So when you see it flaking out on me, I don't know. Maybe it decided it doesn't want to be in a relationship with me. But we are going to start to dive into this Live Nation complaint. We're going to start with an intro. And here's the thing. Now, I don't necessarily use Ticketmaster a lot. I can't think of the last time when I've gone to a concert that required me to use a ticket, but you guys have probably heard of some of the craziness that's been going on. But when we start to look at some of these complaints, some of them, especially the ones that provide an introduction, like go back and look at the hair relaxer complaint, that whole intro. Some of these attorneys, I feel like they wanted to be writers. They deep down, they wanted to write. They wanted to write fiction or nonfiction. They just wanted to write. They wanted to do that research and pull a story together. And you can tell when you read some of these introductions, it's like somebody put a lot of time into this baby, you know? They caressed it, they nourished it, they gave it love and attention. Because when I read some of these intros, I'm just like, okay, you're gonna make sure you're bringing everything to the table up front so that people know the background before we get into the issues. And I do think that that's an important thing to take into account. What is the background? What's the context that we're walking into when we start to say, hey, you did wrong? Well, let's jump into this this complaint and see what we've got going on here. All right, and I think there are like 39 states, you guys. A lot of states have jumped in on this. And the first thing I want you to notice on this first page is it says jury trial demanded. And here's what I think is going on there. Look, this is about consumers. This is about people being able to get the tickets and not this whole system that has been put in place. It makes it hard for just regular people to be able to go in and get their tickets and not have to pay, you know, these exorbitant prices because they've been snatched up and now they're on this black market or third market, whatever you want to call it. And so jury trial demanded. You get regular folks up there listening to some of this stuff. Whose side do you think they're going to be on? Do you think they're going to be on the side of the people who are like them? Don't you think some of the jury questions might be, hey, how many times have you used Ticketmaster? Do you know people have used Ticketmaster? What kind of issue? You know, they're really going to ask some vetting types of questions to make sure that they have a good representation of people who are not necessarily biased one way or the other. But again, it's going to be a group of just regular people who, you know, may or may not have heard what's been going on, but who may be more interested in feeling for just the regular average Joe like themselves or Jane or Jack or Jill. Coming out of the Southern District of New York, I love to go there because they do bring so many cases there. Let's scroll down. Look at all of these. Look at all of these states listed here. So first of all, you've got the Justice Department, Antitrust Division, because that's really what they're claiming. And then look at all these states. Oh, yes. Let's see if my state is on this list. There it is, state of North Carolina. Yes, we are. I believe, I don't want to guess, but I believe it's like 39 states, you guys. I'm not really sure. Then we have this table of contents. I told you somebody wanted to write, right? No, a lot of times when you have complicated cases, it is helpful. You have 128 pages. Look at this, 128 pages. It is helpful to be able to have a table of contents so that you can easily go back and say, oh, I want to go back and look at that section where they talk about using carrots and sticks. I want to see, where was that? Well, now you can see it starts on page 36. So something like this is very helpful. What we're going to be doing in this particular video is looking at this industry background. I'm going to break this down. We are not going to be doing 27 pages in this video. I'm going to be breaking this case down, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. We're going to be looking at a lot of what the government is saying is a problem here. So let's take a look at this introduction. One monopolist serves as the gatekeeper for the delivery of nearly all live music in America today. Live Nation, including its wholly owned subsidiary, Ticketmaster. In Live Nation's words, it is the, quote, largest live entertainment company in the world, unquote. And we got more quotes here. And the largest producer of live music concerts in the world, and the world's leading live entertainment, ticketing, sales, and marketing company. Sounds like they've got this wrapped up, right? Indeed, Live Nation is all these things to the detriment of fans, artists, venues, and competition. Today, musical artists must rely on promoters, venues, and ticketers to organize the business of playing live music. These service providers should work to serve the interests of artists and fans. Genuine competition for and among these service providers would generate the best, most cost-effective, and fan-friendly experience. But the world live music fans live in today is far from that. So they've already set up this whole scenario to let you know, look, they're running the whole show here. They're running the whole show, like everybody and anybody who wants to be a part of live music events. You can't get it done without Live Nation and Ticketmaster. Live Nation directly manages more than 400 musical artists and, in total, controls around 60% of concert promotions at major concert venues across the country. Live Nation also owns or controls more than 265 concert venues in North America, including more than 60 of the top 100 amphitheaters in the United States. For comparison, its closest rival owns no more than a handful of top amphitheaters. And of course, through Ticketmaster, Live Nation controls roughly 80% or more of major concert venues, primary ticketing for concerts, and a growing share of ticket resales in the secondary market. Okay, so maybe I said black market or third market. We're going to call this the secondary market. The live music industry, like other heavily concentrated industries, is largely controlled by a well-known group of insiders who lead multiple interconnected companies with numerous conflicts of interest. These insiders have spent decades amassing, fortifying, and exercising power, particularly against anyone who seeks to disrupt the now standard industry business practices and conduct. These business practices can, and often do, work against the interests of those with relatively little power and influence, especially working musicians and fans. See, that's what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about it is going to matter what this jury pool looks like. These insiders often speak to each other and work together as allies and partners rather than as vigorous competitors. With this vast scope of power comes influence. Live Nation and its wholly owned subsidiary, Ticketmaster, have used that power and influence to insert themselves at the center and the edges of virtually every aspect of the live music ecosystem. This has given Live Nation and Ticketmaster the opportunity to freeze innovation and bend the industry to their benefit. While this may be a boon to Live Nation's bottom line, there's a real cost to Americans. As described in detail below, today, Live Nation possesses and routinely exercises control over which artists perform on what dates, at what venues. Through Ticketmaster, Live Nation also possesses and exercises control over how fans are able to purchase tickets to see their favorite artists in concert and what fees those fans will pay to do so. Artists and fans, as well as the countless people and other services that support them, suffer from the loss of the dynamism and growth that competition would inevitably usher in. As this complaint describes in detail, through a self-reinforcing flywheel that Live Nation Ticketmaster created to connect their multiple interconnected businesses and interests. Live Nation and Ticketmaster have engaged in numerous forms of anti-competitive conduct. That anti-competitive conduct includes the following. So now you have this sort of background that they put in place. And in another video, I'm going to jump into all of these different things because we're already 11 minutes into this. But this sort of sets the stage of everything to let you then know, hey, this is what the background is. And the background is mainly, if you notice, mainly to talk about how they control everything. Okay. Yes, they put some percentages in there. And yes, they don't technically control everything. But the way in which it operates, all those parts and pieces can have such an influence on the live event music marketplace that they might as well hold everything. They might as well control everything because they tend to influence everything. And that is what matters. That's what this complaint is really about. And so in the next video, we're going to break down all of these different anti-competitive acts that the government is saying Live Nation and Ticketmaster are engaging in. So hopefully this video gives you that background. We've set the stage and we'll jump into some more videos to break all of the pieces of this complaint down. Remember, it's like 128 pages. 128 pages. We're going to take it piece by piece. That's how you eat an elephant, one bite at a time. So if this helps you understand what's going on in the beginning stages of this complaint, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Peace.